Morrison, running squad hallway all day. Sight Wahlberg, I'm on my shooter shit, hitting these marks from the top like a movie. Dope and I'm light skinned like Ludacris. Test this and it's on some Lumi shit. She young but the I-20 like move it, bitch. My songs put them in the zone like I'm moving zips. Career on the up, couldn't tell you if a roof exists. But where I'm at, you never seen like Snoopy looks. Truth is I'm luxury like a Lexus. Homie slow his pace and he can snatch like a necklace. When I touch the top, it's game over like Tetris. My squad, you don't wanna mess with, like Texas. I'm a star, what the fuck you think I'm styling for? I keep the metal next to the green like a salad fork. My pretty face got your bitch singing Shalimar Morrison. On behalf of Running Squad, signing off, dope, everything I do, dope. From the shoes to the clothes, to the thrash, to the flow, I'm dope. My nigga, we dope. My bitch, she dope. Fuck these haters and these hoes. My nigga, I'm dope. No need to reply when they hating, just twist up the leaves, get the bacon, yo, mammy, I'm dope. My niggas, we dope. My bitch, she dope. Fuck these haters and these hoes. My nigga, I'm dope. What the fuck you thought? You lames fucking soft. You're not a pimp. If you fucking everything, I'm fucking off. Fit it on, bucket off. Sipping on nothing, dog. Baby got it round, so I'm gripping on something soft. Nigga, I'm lit like a Molotov. Shit, they go after homie off. Never lose a planet tax like an army boss. Do this so I'm leaning like I'm sipping on party sauce. Another home run, soon to be the reason the hoes run. More Leroy than Shogun, I'm the wrong one to tamper with. My uncle said if she got Pampers spit, never lamper with a trampy bitch. Then make your head flip on some trapeze shit. Stay 10 feet away from them bad weed chicks. Your bars ain't nothing if your stacks ain't thick. Stay thrashing that shit, no pause, that's it. I'm dope, everything I do dope. From the shoes to the clothes, to the thrash, to the flow, I'm dope. My nigga, we dope. My bitch, she dope. Fuck these haters and these hoes. My nigga, I'm dope. No need to reply when they hating, just twist up the leaves, get the bacon, yo, mammy, I'm dope. My niggas, we dope. My bitch, she dope. Fuck these haters and these hoes. My nigga, I'm dope.
Welcome back. It is another live stream. It is Tuesday, July 9th, man, and we are back, bro. Big shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Shout out to my boy Ain't Loud AJ. Shout out to El Pedon right now. If you're just getting in here, hit the like button for your boy as it helps grow this small struggling channel, bro. Help this channel grow by hitting that like button for one, leave a comment for two, and yeah, subscribe if you haven't. Don't be a sucker. You feel me? Don't be a sucker. Yeah, big shout out to everybody, man. If you see by the title, we are gonna be talking about some stuff, man. You feel me? Are you stopping that boy from becoming a man? You know what I mean? I was watching this video earlier, right? So I'm watching this video and I'm like, man, this shit crazy, bro. Basically the video is, it's like a reel. This guy was, wait, before I get into all that, man, I'm tripping, bro. Let me run down the itinerary. Let me give a big shout out to all the members of the channel. Big shout out to A Panda. Big shout out to the homie Joe Cook, the legend Joe Cook. Shout out to Joseph Nelson. Big shout out to KJ Smith. Shout out to Lexi Lambreres. Shout out to Rigo Padilla. Shout out to Rhonda Smith. Shout out to the Seamus vlog. Shout out to the homie Cooper from the O. Shout out to El Pedon. Shout out to AJ, Ain't Loud AJ. Shout out to DJ Xander. Shout out to Craig O'Hearn. Shout out to Scott Voss. And shout out to Lynn Me Too. You feel me? Still waiting for this member only appreciation dinner, man. What the hell? You in the wrong place, bro. Get this dude out of here, man. Get this dude out of here, man. What is he talking about? Everybody load up clips real quick, man. AJ Ain't Loud has been drinking too much whiskey today. You feel me? One more. You feel me? What is AJ Ain't Loud talking about right now, bro? Yeah. let me go ahead and make sure that my sound effects. Are you guys hearing my sound effects right now? Let me know what's going on. Um, bro, let me know if you guys are hearing the sound effects. But I hungry. Okay, yeah, you can hear it. Saif, what place has the best banana splits in your area? Catching you live while enjoying the banana split myself. Bro, I have no idea. I'm not even gonna lie. In the area I'm in now, though, like in my home, I have no idea. But in the area that I'm in now, more than likely it'll probably be this place called Leatherbees. Leatherbees is fire ice cream shop. They've been around forever in the Sacramento area, and yeah, that's where we go when we're doing too much and eating hella sweets, bro. It's kind of fire though. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't had a banana split in so long. My weapon of choice when I'm trying to eat unhealthy and I'm eating some ice cream or something like that is the sundae with the brownie on the inside, bro. Go crazy, bro. Super crazy. Speaking of eating crazy, bro. So I'm working on I'm setting up the live stream today, right? I'm in here, I'm, making sure everything's smooth. I got no shirt on. And all of a sudden downstairs I hear my son crying hecka hard, right? He's crying like crazy. And I'm like, whoa, snap, I know that cry, bro. What's something wrong with my son? So I get myself up, go out the door. My wife's coming upstairs with him, and he fell and busted his lip. Nothing new. My son's pretty active, so he bumps his head or something like that. But this time he busted his lip, and so she's like, "Hey, can you help me carry him up? I want to wipe the blood off his lip." So I'm like, "All right, for sure, got him." And excuse me, and carry him inside the room. I'm trying to make sure he's okay, giving him the affection and hugs that he needs as a 2 year old. You feel me? And then I'll hype him up. Hey, you're okay. Oh, look at this baby. He's so strong. Yada yada. And he starts smiling. And I toss him in the air a couple of times, and he's good, right? So I walk back in the room. The screen is just like this. I walk through this door right here, and I see how fat I am. Bro, I've gotten so fat since my daughter was born. It's ridiculous. Like it's crazy. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. Excuse me. I turn to the side, see how big my stomach's gotten, all types of craziness. I was like, wow, bro, this is crazy. This is crazy, crazy. Like it's ridiculous right now. So I decided today that I will be on a weight loss journey. Fook that, bro. There's no reason why my stomach should be that big while I was standing right here, bro. There's no reason why I look that fat, bro. No reason. I didn't lose all that weight to look that fat as I looked right there, bro. That's a wrap. So I'll be on my weight loss journey once again. And we back, bro. The baller tummy, no, bro. I promise you. I want to call it a baller tummy. Bro, I want to call it a baller belly. This is a lazy belly, bro. This is a taking advantage belly. This is oh, my daughter's born. I don't feel like cooking. Let's just order out. This is eating out 3 times a week or 4 or 5 times a week stomach, bro. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is going from walking at least 2 miles a day to not walk to walking like 2 miles throughout the whole week, bro. It's sad. It's sad, bro. It's really bad. And before it gets any worse or it turns into some type of medical condition, I'm definitely on my weight loss journey, again. So get ready for that. Hopefully you see a thinner physique in the near future. Not too fast, I don't want any sickly faces going on, but I just know that I'm gonna be on that shit. Pause. All right, so the first thing I wanted to talk about. Oh shit. Yawning like crazy. I ain't yawned all day, bro. See, this is the shit that gets on my nerves, man. I get in here and I get ready to start streaming, and then bam, I can't stop yawning. I hate that shit. I hate it with a passion, bro. It's really annoying. It's really, really annoying. I don't know if it's because I'm nervous. Maybe it's like a nervous tick or something. But the fact that it happens, it really just grinds my gears, bro. It really does. Like I got bad rotors or something. It grinds me, man. Pause. All right, so the first thing I wanted to talk about, which is actually the title of this live, is are you stopping that boy from becoming a man? This is something that a lot of, we got to start asking people. We got to start asking these people. And usually the people are single mothers, mothers, period. Maybe they're not even single. Maybe they're just overstepping. You know, I was watching this video of this kid. He's working on football drills with his dad. And his dad's a little hype. You know what I mean? You could tell he's played the position before. He's played the sport before at least. And he tells his son, yeah, get right there in front of me. You know what I mean? And when you come up, he's act like you're running. So the kid act like he's running. He running a little timid. And the dad comes up. He said, I want you to run up. Bam. And I want you to wrap me up just like that. He didn't knock the kid down. He didn't knock the kid down. He didn't, like hike him up. He didn't. It was not a physical thing, but it was physical. Like it wasn't an overly physical situation. This wasn't something that would make a kid cry. This may be something that would scare a kid though. You know what I mean? This could possibly scare a kid if he's a little soft. You know what I mean? A kid that wants to play football, that wants to get out there, more than likely something like what this dad was doing wasn't going to do much besides hype him up. You know what I mean? A kid that's a little rough and he's with that shit. He's like, what the shit is what we call it. That would hype him up. He might give it to the dad next time they call hike or whatever. So he's telling him like, hey man, I'm gonna run up and you're gonna wrap me up just like I did you. And so the kid, he runs up and the dad's acting like he's gonna run to the side, and the kid runs and he kind of like grabs him with his arms. He arm tackles him. If you don't know much about football, just look up arm tackling. You'll know exactly what we're talking about here. And so he arm tackles the dad. Dad's like, nah. That's weak. That's not how I want you to do. I want you to approach it. I want you to use your chest, use your shoulder, get your head out the way. I want you to wrap up and hit me. So he's gonna do it again. And so he does it again, and the kid, he attempts to do it, but you can tell he's shying away from contact, right? And so the dad gets frustrated. He's like, nah, man, cut all that soft stuff out. And now I'm gonna show you how to do it again. So he makes the kid run, and the kid, he starts tearing up. And the dad like, man, what you crying for? Does it hurt? He's like, no, it don't hurt. So what are you crying for? I don't know. Like, man, what are you worried about? I'm just trying to teach you how to do this. You about to play on this team. I'm trying to teach you how to deal with this so you don't go out there and hurt yourself or get hurt. And he's like, all right, yada, yada. He's trying to talk to him. And so he tells him like, hey, man, you don't need to cry about this. It's okay. You know what I mean? And if I'm not mistaken, he said, I don't know if it's your mom or your grandma, but we're going to get that softness out of you or something like that. This might have been something else, but if I'm not mistaken, that was said. I don't know if it's your mom or your grandma got you treating you like this, but we're going to get that softness out of you or something like that. And I looked in the comments. I instantly go in the comments because I already know what time it is. I knew what time it was, bro. And just like I thought, you got some mothers in there. First thing they say, there's no reason for him to be treating that little baby like that. That's a kid. He need to let him be a kid. He over there crying. He need to stop. He need to just let him be. He ain't ready for it. Maybe he don't need to play football. And that is the reason why shit is the way it is. That is exactly the reason why shit is the way it is. Shout out to my boy KJ Smith. Bro, that is the reason why a lot of these boys is the way they is, man. I see a lot of women, right? I see a lot of women saying stuff like kids should be kids. Um I don't like people talking to my son that way because I feel like you're trying to bully him, or don't be getting at my kid like that, right? Right? Um Damn, dude, I got so many thoughts in my head, and it's hard for me to just to spit them out without mushing my words together. But it's just so much negativity. Oh, toxic masculinity and stuff like that, which is some BS. Because at the end of the day, right? What are most of these women complaining about? That men aren't men anymore. That men don't act like they did when their grandfather. Oh, well, I need me a man like my grandfather. Like my grandfather. My grandfather handled everything for my grandmother, and all she had to do was just come home and yada yada, and he kept the house in line. How do you think he did that? How do you think he did that? Do you think that everybody was in line in the house because he talked to them softly? Or do you think he was running around there pushing his weight around? Oh, but my grandpa never did that. Yeah, he did. You just wasn't the problem. Ask your cousin. Ask your cousin, the one that wanted to be like tough, the one that used to get in the fights at school. Ask that person how grandpa was with him. You feel me? When he took him outside, how did that conversation go when he wasn't holding the flashlight correctly while he was changing the tire on the car? Ask how that conversation went. You know what I mean? I feel like the reason why most men that a lot of women complain about, the ones that they date that are like indecisive. Oh, he doesn't know how to decide on things. He can't make any decisions. He's uncomfortable with hard situations. I try to talk to him about this, and he wants to avoid. He avoids everything, and yada yada, and they're just not the same as the men back in the days. I wish I can go back to 19 yada yada, because that's when real men were in the household, and that's when you could find a real husband. But a lot of women have raised what they're dealing with now. And this isn't a women bashing situation. This is just like a keeping it solid situation. A lot of women, like women that are single mothers, they're contributing to the situation by not letting that boy become a man. Are you stopping that boy from becoming a man because you're worried about his feelings? You know what I mean? He's gonna get his feelings hurt. He's a little kid. He can't handle that. That's too much. That's too aggressive for him. What do you think he's gonna be in the next 5 years? Oh, he's only 12. But in 5 years, he's gonna be 17. That's a year away from being a man. Oh, but that's so long ago. You can learn that then. Okay, if you can't, if he's being protected at 12, what do you think he's gonna be at 17? Do you think he's gonna be like, all right, you know what? I'm ready now. I think I'm ready now. I think I'm ready to get my helmet jumped on. I'm ready for tough life now. No, bro, it don't work like that. I remember when I was a kid, right? I remember when I was a kid, um, I was getting ready for football season. It was like a month or two away. Signups happened, and it was like, man, we're getting ready to go into conditioning soon. It had to been no, it was like a month away. Getting ready for conditioning. My uncle pops up. He comes to the house. I'm sitting down watching TV. And he's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh man, watching this basketball game." "Man, you ready for football season?" "Yeah." "What you been doing? You been out there working out?" Like, "Nah, I've been chilling, like reserving, like resting up, getting ready for what is that, conditioning." "Oh yeah, you getting ready for conditioning, huh? And you just chilling?" And like, I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm trying to take it easy so I have all my energy for when conditioning comes." And then my cousin comes over. He played basketball, so he like, "What you got going on, man?" "Oh man, getting ready for football season." "Oh, okay, okay. I'm gonna have to come to one of your games." "All right, for sure. Yeah, man, that'd be cool." Like, "What you doing now?" I'm like, I'm just resting, getting ready for conditioning." He was like, "Wait, you're resting, getting ready for conditioning?" I said, "Yeah, yeah. It's coming up in a month." He said, so you have a month to get ready for conditioning and you're resting. And I was like, yeah. He was like, okay, it makes sense. And he walks off laughing. And then once we start conditioning, right? I go to conditioning, I'm running my laps, and I am the most tired person out there. I am tired as hell. I don't have no energy. Everything was just so hard for me. And as a kid, I wasn't like that. I was pretty quick. I was, all that stuff. And, I was telling my uncle because, he picked me up after practice and I'm telling him like, man, I was out there struggling during my laps. And he was like, well, maybe it was because you were doing all that chilling. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, you don't prepare by not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be working out, you gotta work out up until that day you get ready to run laps. So you have enough, you're in shape enough to run all those laps without stopping. And the first thing I thought was, why didn't you tell me this when you see me at the house laying down just watching basketball? You should have told me I should have been running. Like, why didn't you tell me this? I didn't understand that. But I feel like this is the same way people are approaching these little boys. They sit there and they're like, oh, my kid's gonna be a kid. Don't yell at my son. He can't take that. You're treating him like he's too old, yada yada. And then when he gets old enough to where he's supposed to be like ready for responsibility and he's not there, now that person's trying to yell at him in the shape, and the kid can't take it. Now your kid can't take it. I always tell people, bro, you're not prepared. You're not dealing with a 12-year-old. You're dealing with a person that's training to be a teenager. You know what I'm saying? You gotta prep them. You gotta prep that kid, which is why we're dealing with what we got now. That's why that kid. That's why those women were in the comment section while that little boy was sitting there crying, getting doing workout drills with his dad. Because at the end of the day, you're molding what you're complaining about. And then it's sad, man. It's really sad to sit here and watch what was really going on with the men in the world, like with the boys in the world, because it's too much protection going on. My son, right? My son does something, I get on his helmet, bam, get on his helmet. And my wife she's not happy about it all the time. Sometimes it's tough. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard to deal with, sometimes it's hard to see. But at the end of the day, I'm like, hey, check this out. You gotta allow him to deal with the toughness. You gotta allow him to go through it. Because at the end of the day, he's a 2-year-old, but we're getting ready for 5. You know what I mean? We're getting ready for a 5-year-old. We're preparing a 5-year-old. We're preparing him to be a first grader. My son knows all the colors, all the shapes, all the animals, all that stuff. He knows the sounds of the letters. Monkey. He does all that stuff. And it's like my mom, she comes over and she sees it. She's like, oh man, he's so smart. But it's just the stuff that we're doing. We're putting in all that time with him. So when he does go to first grade, he'll excel. You know what I mean? When he goes to school, he'll be prepared and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So there's no change, bro. There's no changing. If you're gonna prepare him to be a smart kid, you gotta prepare him to be a disciplined kid. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to discipline that kid. Oh, he's crying. You're being too tough. No, there's no such thing. There's no such thing. It only if you're being physically tough on that kid. If you beating him up and stuff, roughing him up, okay, I get that. You know what I mean? I can understand that. He's crying, you done bruised him up. That's abuse. You know what I mean? But if you're checking that kid and he start crying, it's not time to come and say that dad's a bad person or mean. Dad's really a mean guy, because all that's gonna do is tell him, Okay, what he's saying is the wrong thing, or he's approaching me the wrong way. You know what I mean? He's approaching me the wrong way, and everybody else is gonna be nice. Yada yada. That's not how it works. The world is mean. The world is wrong. You know what I mean? The world is tough. Prepare your kids accordingly. You feel me? Big shout out to Cooper from the I seen he tapped in. He said, Syph said, I'm just chilling with the homies. You over there with your bitches. We quick to pass up on that type and push up uh, on something different, man. We quick to pass up on that type. We push up on something different. I felt that. What's up, my boy? What's up? What's up? What's up with my boy? He said, real one for y'all who don't know the lyrics, man. Shout out to my boy Cooper from the on everything, bro. The man that actually listens to the lyrics. A lot of people be hitting me up, bro. Yeah, man, I love the bass in your music, yada yada. And I just be thinking, like, bro, you don't listen to none of the music. You don't listen to none of the music. All my shit has bass. All of it. Every single thing that I do slaps. That's just what I do. That's my thing. You know what I mean? That's like my superpower. I'm gonna have bass in it. And people be like, oh man, I like this one hits harder than that one, yada yada. But bro, you're not listening to the music. And it sucks because one day everybody's gonna listen to the music, and it's usually when you're no longer there to get the damn flowers, man. And it's sad to see. It's sad. It sucks to say something like that, but it's true. You know what I mean? It sucks, but hey, man, that may be the case. But hey, when it happens, it'll happen. You know, it is what it is. I hope you guys' Tuesday is going good. You feel me? I hope it is. Turn this chat up real quick. I don't know where my boy El Pedon and Ain't Loud AJ went, but Cooper from the O and KJ Smith are here to kick it with your boy. If you are here and you haven't yet, please hit that like button, please. Okay, we got 4 for 4. Okay, yeah, please hit that like button for your boy. Yeah, man, let them kids. Ain't nothing wrong with your kid getting his helmet jumped on, man. If you feel the need to step in, go away. You know what I mean? How about that? Okay, so one of the things that I did see, right? I seen a reel and I seen a lot of people talking about it. I don't know if you guys know who Bad Baby is. And if you don't, I'm pretty sure you know who the Cash Me Outside girl is. Catch Me Outside, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, she's an adult now. You know what I mean? Shout out to Joseph Nelson in the building. Yeah, she's an adult now, and she's living her life. She got she's like a multi-millionaire off of OnlyFans and stuff like that. Shout out to that, man. Whatever, however you got to do to make your money, make your money. Respectfully. I would do it. I would say make your money the respectful way. I pray my daughter never goes that route. But hey, man, if for you, do what you got to do. But yeah, so this girl, she's grown now. She has a kid. She has a kid. Shout out to her. Hopefully, all right, we're gonna stop it there. She has a kid now, and she has a baby daddy, obviously. And her and her baby daddy made a video. Well, they didn't make it, but it was made. And what was in the video, might you ask? It was him beating her up on video, bro. I don't understand why he did what he did, but he did it. And yeah, it made me think, what the hell's going on in the world? Why would you have to put your hands on that girl? He was dogging her out. Like, it's cold, man. I don't understand why dudes got to put their hands on women. I never had to go that route, especially like that. The furthest I've ever been with dealing with a woman physically is keep your distance, please. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, stay over there. I never had to like dog a woman out like that, but he did, and it made me think, what's up with these people, bro? What's up with these people? Like, what type of trauma or what type of issues do you have in your head that you're gonna put your hands on on your baby mama like that? I don't understand it. I can see if you're protecting yourself. He's like way bigger than her, but it's just crazy, right? So He beats her up. She puts out the video and all this stuff, and then if I'm not mistaken, she has a post like the next day talk about how, they're gonna, leave him alone. They're back together, and she loves him and all this stuff. And I'm just thinking, like, people get into these situations and going back, man. What's up with y'all? I don't understand that. Excuse me, I don't understand that. I don't understand getting abused by somebody and going back. I don't understand that. I think that shit is weird. I'm not victim blaming. I'm just saying I don't understand it. You know what I mean? I hear it's because for the woman that's or the person that's in the abusive relationship that's getting abused, I hear that it doesn't look the same to them as it does to us on the outside looking in. And for some reason, I can understand that. I really can. I really can understand that. The way I can understand it is, I was getting pulled over one time, and I had somebody in the car with me that was like, he was like a square dude, you know what I mean? And like I'm getting pulled over, and I'm like, I start breathing heavy, I'm like stressed out because I know how these things can go. So I'm telling bro, like, hey man, just relax. You know what I mean? Like, if things go crazy, bro, just don't worry about it. It's gonna be what it is. And he's like, what the hell? Like, you just driving fast? I was like, yeah, man, but you don't understand. And he was like, okay. He was like, have you ever been like, he was like, all right. So I get pulled over, the cop, he comes over, and he's being cool, but he got a little bit of attitude because he don't know what to expect. So I'm, keeping it very professional, telling him what's going on, you know what I mean? Cycle abuse can explain why. Man, that's a good one. I guess I'll need to talk to you about that a little bit later. But I'm explaining to the dude, to the officer, what happened, and he's talking to me about, how he felt I could have dealt with it, yada yada, and he lets me go, right? Lets me go. And so I was like, oh my God, thank God. And I'm driving off, and dude's like, why were you I don't understand why you were so worried about that. And I was like, I don't understand how you don't see it, but he's a white dude, right? And I was like, well, he was like, have you ever been abused by a cop or anything? I was like, kind of, like not physically, but kind of, he was like, wow, that's crazy. And I was like, okay, what's it when you get pulled over? What is the first thing they ask you for? And he was like, license or registration. And I was like, okay, before being pulled over today, the last three times I got pulled over, they asked me for if I was on probation or parole. And he was like, well, why'd they ask you that? I was like, how the hell am I supposed to know? And he was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. And he was like, well, what did they ask you after that? And I was like, if I have weed in the car. And he was like, or drugs or any weapons. And he was like, what the hell? And I was like, yeah, man. So first off, we have different interactions with the cops, which is why my response would be different than yours by getting pulled over. He was like, okay, I understand that. And I was like, which is why that's why I was stressed out. Now, by you not dealing with that, I understand why you wouldn't be stressed out. And which makes me understand why me not understanding why this person would go back to their abuser. You know what I mean? For me, I'm cool, bro. You can disrespect me enough and I don't want nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Like verbally. But I've never been in that situation that she's in. So it's hard for me to be like, she's stupid, you're dumb, yada yada. Even if I feel that way, I don't know what she's going through. You know what I mean? The just because I get profiled a different way than other people, it don't make me want to stop driving. You know what I mean? It don't make me stop driving. Like if stuff happen, don't mean that I'm gonna like not call 911 if somebody tries to break into my house. You know what I mean? So it's like I get it. I understand. It's a little extreme, but I do understand. And I was thinking maybe it's like family trauma. You know what I mean? Like maybe she's seen like a family member go through something like this. Maybe it's like a normal thing, you know? Like I know like if you grow up in the streets and like you seen a bunch of shootouts, you know what I mean? You getting into one isn't gonna make you be like, oh my God, I need to move or I need to call the cops or you know what I mean? Like if it's just something that you've seen growing up throughout like periodically throughout your life, you're gonna be used to it. It's like whatever, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, I got into one myself. I remember I remember when people were getting jumped. You know what I mean? When I was in like high school and middle school, it was a lot of people that I knew that were just getting jumped. It was and like it was so normal to one of the dudes that I knew. I think I played football with him at the time. It was so normal to bro that he was like, "Yeah, man, I almost got jumped this weekend." Me, I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck?" Like, I would never go to the mall again. Him, he was like, "Yeah, man, I just gotta go back with the homies, man. I can't go up there by myself. I ain't trying to get jumped again." I'm like, "Bro, if I got jumped more than once, bro, I would have PTSD." But you know, when it's something, when it turns into like a normal situation, like it happens to my friends, happens to my cousins, yada yada. I guess it's not that serious, you know. Let me see. Cooper Furneaux, he says, I got profiled and got told I looked familiar. I said, bitch, that's profiling. Then they said my exhaust was loud. Left with a warning. I was triggered. Man, I feel you, bro. It's one of the weirdest things. It's the weirdest thing to be profiled because you're like, bro, you start looking at people around you like, man, does this motherfucker look like me? Do I look like him? Do I look like them? You know what I mean? Like you think that you're just like, how do I look like I caused a problem? Oh yeah, you know, you look like the guy that was stealing. Like, for real, what do you look like? Tell me what he look like. I'm so oblivious. Like I didn't even realize that I'm being racially profiled. I started wondering, like, for real, what did he look? Did he really have curly hair? Was it longer than mine? Like, I start believing him. I think that's a problem. That may be a problem. Maybe I need to like read more books or something, get my IQ up or something, because that shit is ridiculous. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Uh, damn, dude. I have like I have notes in here, and I just talked all through them. I don't know where the hell. Oh, okay, maybe family trauma is the reason why she's going back. You know, and then I was thinking like you don't really realize how trauma affects you until you get older, right? You're like you're picking on your little cousin, you're being tough on him, and you think you're doing a good job. You think you're building character or you know toughening up his skin or whatever. You know, oh man, he gonna be tough because of me. You know what I mean? And then he gets he gets older, and then you realize that he really has fucking problems. You know what I mean? Like now he's like soft as hell, or now he doesn't come out of the house. Now he only sticks with his like he never leaves the house and shit. It's because you bullied that in him. You know what I mean? Or he has like some crazy ass complex. You know, like I think um I think we really gotta watch what's going on with the kids, man. I don't know how we got back here on the kids, but we are. I think we got to watch what we're allowing to happen with these kids. Yes, I do think they need to get into fights. You know what I mean? We all been into a little scuffle at the park, on the playground. We all have been through that. We've all dealt with the kid that was a little too being a little too tough and maybe you had to just get dusty with him one time. You had to fight him in at recess. You know what I mean? And that's okay. That's okay. My son's gonna get into a fight one day, and guess what? That's okay. You know what I mean? And what I'm not gonna do is allow it to go further. You know what I mean? You picking on your little cousin. You pick it on your little cousin, and it's funny. And then, you know what I mean? The next family event, little cousin don't want to come to the party to the event no more. Like what? I don't want to go to the park. Why? I want to stay home. I want to play the video game. I just want to do that. Okay, yeah, yeah, that's fine. You can do that. You know what I mean? I don't want to. I don't want to go to the birthday party, man. I'm cool. I don't like going to that cousin's birthday parties. It's not fun. I don't really like that person. Yada yada. It's time to intervene at that point. You know what I mean? Now you're allowing that person to escape. You're allowing that kid an escape instead of dealing with that issue. You know what I mean? You got to allow that kid to deal with that issue, um, because they're gonna just start running from everything. You know what I mean? Now, now, now they want to skip that class because the bully in that class. They don't want to go to gym no more because in the locker room they want to deal. They keep getting joked on by this kid over here. When you come home, instead of telling him, "Oh man, we might have to switch you gym classes," no, tell him, "Hey, the next time he do that, I want you to do this, right? I want you to ball your fist up and sock him right in his fucking face. I want you to do that. I don't want you to come back and tell me that he bullied you again. The next thing that I want to hear about you in that class is that you had to get sent to the principal's office because you punched him in the face. That's all I care about from that class today. Tomorrow you can get back to working, or if you do get suspended, we'll deal with that, and then I want you to get your grades back on. But today, I want you to sock that kid in the face because you're not going to keep running from this problem because that's just going to create a bigger problem later that I really don't want to deal with. And I'm not going to be sending you to a therapist when you could deal with it now. You know what I'm saying? And that's the hard part. Like that's the hard part of the intervening. You know what I mean? You're like, man, I want to intervene and break that up. That's my kid. I want to, hey, leave my kid alone. He's a good kid. He don't need that. Okay, we understand that. That kid got to grow some nuts too, though, because the world is hard. You know what I'm saying? Either he's gonna fight him today at age 10 on the park on the by the monkey bars. He's gonna fight him at age 10, or he's gonna deal with it at age 12. And if you don't deal with it at age 12 in middle school, then he's gonna be running from everybody at age 16. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. It's like that, and it sucks, right? It sucks. You gotta make your kid go through the bullshit. You know what I mean? I wish my kid can go through the whole situation of life without any negative situations. But that's just not the realism of things. I didn't get into a lot of fights, you know what I mean, as a kid. And that's okay. The times that I did, you know what I mean? I ended up fighting and I didn't die. I fucking lived. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. It's okay. You know what I mean? Let me see what the chat fam is talking about. Let me see live chat. Yeah. Cooper from No, he says we have a female cop here in town that remembers dudes for what they did. Well, they do their time and get out and get caught past curfew by a few minutes and get back in for violating probation. Damn. Okay. If you know it's like that and you like you could get violated, bro, stay us in the house, man. Like that's the only way, man. That's the only way because she's super cop. You know what I mean? If RoboCop is on the town, bro, don't be out on the streets because RoboCop will get your ass, bro. That motherfucker will run through a brick wall to get you, bro. So don't do it. Cooper from No, he also says, and the cop gets promoted. People in town were pissed. I bet she did. She's super cop. She will end up being the sheriff, bro. Stay in line, bro, because she is working for it. She is working for it. And if she caught you, if she catching people while they're like during curfew and you ain't supposed to be out, bro, she's in the right, bro. Get her while she in the wrong and crucify her ass. Billboard Bear says parenting is wild, bro. It is, man. It is. It is. It is. You know way more than me. You know what I mean? Your kids are older and you have more than me. You know, and I'm pretty sure you know way more. I wish, maybe one day I'll pick your brain and talk about it here. But man, I remember I was working with my nephew, working working to be his goal was to be a D1 college football player. And so I will help you. And I did everything I could, right? And he was rising, he was doing his fucking thing as a kid. And Bill Bear says, what are you gonna do when he doesn't want to do that anymore? Or when he something like that, like when he doesn't want to anymore. And I was like, I couldn't even fathom that shit because it's his goal, you know? It's his goal. So if he didn't want to do it no more, I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do with that. And it happened. And that shit was trippy for me. You know what I mean? I ended up moving away out of state for a little while. So it's nothing that it wasn't anything that I could control or anything. So but for him to call it like that and that to be what it is, grades fell and he wasn't working out anymore and all types of stuff. And I always thought about what Bear said because that shit was right. Like your kids could be excelling, but what are you gonna do? How are you gonna pivot when things start falling off? You know what I mean? If it was my son, I would have got stricter. You know what I mean? Now he would have had two choices. He would either rebel or fall in line. Are we gonna rebel or are we gonna fall in line? If he chose to rebel, I would have got more strict. I would have got crafty with the restrictions. I worked as a residential counselor for 13 years. I would have bare minimum him. You know what I mean? Like his schedule would have been by the hour, but he wasn't my son. So for me to like not have control of that situation, I just sat back and was like, damn. It made me think of like what I would do if it was my kid. And then I realized like, okay, if it is my kid, I can go this far. You know what I mean? And then it really made me think like you have to be on board, like you and the person you're parenting with, your wife, your baby mama, whoever the hell it is, you guys have to be on the same accord, man. You guys got to be locked in because if one of y'all ain't on the same wavelength, like the shit's all gonna fall. The whole situation's gonna fall. It don't matter how hard you're trying to craft that situation and make it the way you see it. If the other person is not on board, it's a wrap. Shit's a wrap. It's never gonna work. That's one of the things that as a residential counselor we used to always have to like we always had to like stay in tune with each other because the moment that you let something slide that I would give a consequence for, now we're working against each other. You know what I'm saying? Now there's no way we're going to win because that kid knows, hey, no matter what, I just need to swing it this way or that way in my favor. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, the two staff are the counselors are complaining are arguing with each other. And now the kids just running amok. You know what I mean? It's just the way it was, bro. El Pedon says facts is starting with the little things. Yes, them kids, man. The little things, facts. Cooper from the bro, I'm sending my kid to learn some Muay Thai or something. That way the bully knows what's up, bro. I promise you, ever since before I even had a kid, before my kid was born, before we even got pregnant with the kid, I always told my wife, we will be putting him in boxing and maybe some jiu-jitsu or wrestling or some shit once he's able to throw a punch. He's already a little rough, you know what I mean? He's not like maliciously rough. He's just like a rough player. So once he's able to throw a punch, I'm about to get some little baby blood boxing gloves and one of those punching bag type things, a heavy bag. And I'm gonna teach him just to punch the shit because at the end of the day, man, like you gotta arm them, you gotta prepare them for life. And a part of that is being physical with another person. You know what I mean? You could say, oh no, we ain't doing no fighting. I'm stepping in if my kid gets into a fight. I feel you, bro. If kids try to pack my little son out, a bunch of little 5-year-olds or fifth graders try to come and get on my son, just know in the first line of defense, bro. Y'all can catch the fair one, but the moment y'all try to jump my son, I'm get off my. I may be pushing little kids into the ground like I'm planting seeds, bro. I don't see myself standing back. Hey guys, no, no, no. I'm tripping, bro. I'm tripping. And then I'm calling the homies because I know that y'all parents are coming back. And that's okay with me. That's okay. I understand because I would come back too. But just know that when you come back, I'm coming back. I'm always gonna go there. More I'll go higher, bro. We all dying. We all dying. Because I'm gonna go there. You gonna go there. I'm gonna go here with your kid. While they trying to jump my kid, then you gonna come back, try to jump me, and then everybody got a duck. And we shooting legs out too. So shit. I'm going to jail, bro. There's no way around it. I just don't see another way. Maybe one day I'll think of a way. I'm like, hey man, maybe this is the way it happens. But if you're not cool with me shoving your kids to the ground while y'all trying to jump mine, we all gotta go to jail, man. I gotta go to jail. Either way, Billboard Bear says it's stupid, but the best teacher is still life. I'm learning as a parent. I'm just here for support, wisdom, and damage control. Bear, the more I let go, the more they're forced to learn and grow and be accountable. I agree with that, right? I agree with that. I agree with that. See, my only thing is, I'm okay. You game them up before they go through the situation. Now, depending on which kid you have, right? You either have a kid that soaks in game and then looks for this stuff to happen and then handles it from there, or you have the kid that you talk to, you're blue in the face, and they don't listen to shit and make all the mistakes you just warned them over. You know what I mean? Now, if you have the first kid where that soaks the game in, that damage control, right? Okay, yep. See, you burned your hand on the stove. Let's put some ointment on it. This is how you avoid it. Try to do better, right? I get that. Now, if you're talking to the blue in the face and they still ain't listening, they go out there, burn their hand, and then they're looking, you tell them how to do it, how to watch out, and then they still don't learn, bro. I would just stress out at home. I wouldn't even know what the fuck to do. I don't know if that's your situation, but I would not know what to do, bro. I really wouldn't. That sounds stressful to me. That sounds stressful to me. Um, like I get it, right? You got to let him go through some stuff, right? But me, right? Okay, this is one of my stories. I was a kid. I had to have been around 11 or 12. I feel like I was like 11, and my dad had his homies over. Wow, that's crazy, Barry. Okay, so my dad had his homie over, right? It's like one of his best friends, and his friend had his kids over. He had hella kids. Now he had two kids that were older, like 17 and 16. And then the other kids were like my age, right? And we're all sitting on the couch. I'm sitting next to the 16-year-old, and he's like talking shit. You know what I mean? He's like asking me where my family's from and stuff. And, I tell him, and he was like, yeah, I don't like them busters, yada, yada. He tripping. And I'm like, bro, I told him, I was like, man, you acting like you hard, bro. I had my cousin whoop you, bro. I really had the cousin in my head. I was like, bro, I tell my cousin to beat you up, bro. What school do you go to? And he told me, and I was like, my cousin goes to that same school. I'm at my cousin beat you up. And he was like, man, what? And he sat next to me and he started punching me. And then like I took like 4 punches, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He was hitting hard as fuck. And I was like, and then on the fifth one, bam, he punched me hella hard and I cried, right? And his little brother looked and he was like, why did you do that? And the older brother started laughing. And when he started laughing, I cried. And my dad seen. And he was like, what are you crying for? I was like, he hit me. And he was like, man, you don't do no crying. What you crying for? He like got on my case. You know what I mean? Man, don't be crying. You don't let that, you take that little punch. You play football. You worried about that little punch? And so the kid's dad, The kid's dad overhears. He like, what happened? He see me crying and shit. He like, what is you crying for? What happened? And then he was like, nothing. And I was like, yeah, no. And then the little brother goes, or the little sister goes, nah, he did. He crying because so and so punched him. And he looked at his son. He was like, man, take your ass in the car. I knew you was gonna be on some bullshit. So he go outside and walk in the car. He like, man, I'm gonna come holler at you in a minute. And he he turned to my dad and was like, why are you yelling at your son? My kid is 17, 16. Why are you yelling at your son? Your son is 11 years old. He got punched by a 16-year-old. And he was like, man, he's tough. He plays tackle football. He should be, he shouldn't be crying. He was like, man, what is wrong with you, bro? That is a little kid. I don't care what he's playing tackle football with. He ain't playing tackle football with 16-year-olds, bro. What is wrong with, he went outside to go talk to the kid and shit. And I was mad as fuck. You know what I mean? And the first thing I did was not go back to my dad. I was like, man, I ain't going over there no more. I avoided the situation, right? I told my uncle what happened. My uncle told me, he was like, man, you should have never told him that you was gonna get your cousin. You should have just got your cousin. You should have moved away from that kid. I was like, I didn't want him to think he was tough, so I was just taking his punch. He was like, yeah, I get it. You've always been a little tough, but don't do that. And after he gave me the manly advice, like, look, next time, you take the punch, you give it back and get away from them. Get away from that big kid. You call your cousin. You deal with it mentally. You know what I mean? Logically. You don't just be a brute about it. And I learned. You know what I mean? And then it made me think like, okay, even if the situation isn't in your favor, there's always ways to deal with it. You know what I mean? And so that's what you got to teach a kid. Like I was talking about earlier, you let him go through the shit, right? But intervene if you have to. My dad intervened, but in a fucking negative way, right? My uncle intervened in a way that prepared me to deal with this situation again if it ever happened. You know what I mean? Just like Bear's talking, it's like you got to prepare them with the gems, bro. You know what I mean? You got to teach them how to fish. Like it's a hard one. It's a hard one. Let me see what Bear's talking about again. He said it's stupid, but okay. The more I let go, okay. They never listen, or they make the mistakes they didn't even know existed. See, that's another thing, bro. Like I'm not judging, right? But in this situation, right? If they never listen, right? And if it was me, I would prepare that kid for what may be happening. Okay, you've been getting into fights. Let's say this is a situation. You've been getting into fights at school, right? I've been telling you not to do this. You need to focus on school. Now I'm going to tell you why. Not only do you need to focus on school because you need that, now the people you've been getting into these fights with, at some point they're going to get tired of you beating them up. So what's the next move for them? You know what I mean? They're gonna bring some weapons for you. They're gonna bring their homies for you. So when you run around getting jumped, just know you created this problem. You know what I mean? If it's drugs, oh yeah, they smoking weed. Okay, bro. You know that can you trust everybody? Can you go outside and go to anybody's house and eat their food? Would you do that? No, I wouldn't do that. So you smoking out after anybody? Yeah, they the homies though. Okay, but you don't know this motherfucker like that. That's a hard one because kids believe they know everybody, bro. That's the hard one. That's a hard one. I don't even know how the hell I'm gonna deal with that situation. Bear, all I'm gonna do is pray for you, my boy, because that sounds crazy. That sounds crazy. I'll talk to you in probably after this. We can get on the phone because I'm curious of how you deal with this, and I would like to talk about this on a future live. The next thing I did want to talk about though is Are you living or existing? Are you living or existing? What do I mean? Are you living? Are you making shit happen? Are you like manifesting your own destiny? You feel me? Are you making shit happen on your own terms? Are you thinking about what you want to do and then going to get it? Are you just going to work? Are you just paying the bills, chilling at the house, drinking a beer and going to sleep? Which one are you doing? Because if you're not living, you're cheating yourself out of life, bro. That's not what life is about. You know what I mean? I remember growing up feeling like I was in a movie. Like I remember literally being a kid feeling like I was in a movie. I'd be walking down the street talking to my homie, and it felt like the conversation, like when my homie talked, it felt like we were in a movie theater, and I can hear the voice coming from the speakers. You know what I mean? And as a, like from back then, I've been thinking, I've been living like I've been the main character in my movie. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't live like that. They're living like they're watching from the sideline, and you can do that, or you can really take control of this shit, bro. Life is like a lucid dream. You know what I mean? And the moment you start realizing you can control the dream is when you're really living, bro. You can control this shit. You know what I'm saying? The mind is powerful, bro. The mind is powerful. Don't allow your mind to just be on autopilot, man. I know that sounds crazy. You know what I mean? Do you feel like the paper bag floating in the wind? No, I don't. I feel like honestly, I feel like the main character and the director. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like in life. I really do, man. Your mind, right? Take control of your mind. Your mind is powerful. What do I mean by that? Your mind is so strong that if you believe that there is something physically wrong with you, you believe that you have an illness. If you tell yourself every day, man, I feel like I got cancer. I have cancer, man. I know it. I looked at the symptoms, yada yada, and that's what I got. And you don't go get it checked. If you live like you're going through this problem, your body will start reacting that way. You'll start having the symptoms that you're reading about. And who is it? Um, dude, I want to say DJ Khaled, but it wasn't him, bro. It was a some dude off of YouTube. I know who I'm talking about, but I can't remember his name. But he was talking about how he looked at this, he was feeling sick. He read the symptoms, and it was some crazy terminal illness. And he just believed it. He bought in, and he believed that he had this illness. And he was almost dying. He went to the hospital, got all the tests ran on him, and he had nothing wrong with him. It was his mind that was working against him. He believed so much that this was happening to him that it started happening to him. And then when he found out that it wasn't, he started to feel better. No lie, bro. There's an interview about all this stuff and everything. I can't remember bro's name, but it's literally like it's like that. And it's the same thing in life. If you believe that you can't make anything happen, oh man, I can't make this happen. I come from this city, or my family ain't never been rich, so I can't make any money. I can't make anything for myself. For the longest, people believe that nobody can make anything out of music from Stockton. That was the main thing. I remember coming up, and it was like people would be like, man, they overlook Stockton, man, they overlook Stockton. And then like I remember when I was in high school, I had seen Juvenile blow up. And I was like, where is he from? And it was like, oh yeah, he from Louisiana. And I was like, okay. So you mean this dude from Louisiana can blow up, but a person from Stockton can't? And then Nelly blow up. Oh yeah, he from St. Louis. You mean this dude from fucking St. Louis can blow up, but this person from Stockton can't make nothing happen? And then it just kept going. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Facts. Like, if you believe it, it will happen. It will happen. Every single thing with music that I wanted ended up happening. I feel like I sold myself short now. You know what I mean? Because if I wanted to be rich, all I had to do was say I wanted to be rich with it. And then I would have been fucking rich because every single thing happened. I leave this city, I leave this state, and I literally go and take fucking um sign autographs and take pictures with people. I fucking I leave this state and I go and sell thousands of dollars worth of merch. My wife be there with me, seen it. You know what I mean? My cousin came and seen it with me, bro. I go, I check my fucking my Spotify numbers and my all the streaming my streaming platforms, all of them, and I have thousands of fucking streams, millions of streams, bro, millions of streams. Every album has 1 million streams at the least. Some of them 3 million. You know what I'm saying? Just killing it, bro. I I really stopped. I really started appreciating where I am now. When I was just on social media the other day, and no, it was a YouTube. I was watching a YouTube video, and the dude and somebody was asking this artist. They were like, "So, what's your goal for this next release?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm just trying to hit. I really want to hit 10,000 streams for my next release." And I was like, "What?" And they were like, "Oh, 10,000, man, that's cool, man. I believe you could get it. You just gotta grind it out, yada yada." And I was thinking, like, bro, I hit 10,000. That's like regular, bro. That's regular. I got more songs, bro. 10,000. If I do only 10,000 on a release, I feel like I may have failed. You know what I mean? And I'm not even talking cocky. I'm just saying that's where I got to. You know what I mean? That's where I am now. And that's so great. You know what I mean? Like you have to appreciate where you are too. And it's a hard one because we end up the worst thing that I do is I look at other people and I don't see that as a situation, but I look at like fucking Drake. I look, oh yeah, man, Drake's doing these numbers, so I gotta go harder. Bro, Drake, are you kidding me? Drake has a whole industry fucking team behind him, and I'm sitting here worried about my shit. Bro, I have more shits over 10,000 than I do under 10,000. Put it like that. That shit's crazy. I want to show you guys all my fucking. This is just Spotify. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know if you guys can see all that. I don't know. I'm probably wasting my time, but I'm telling you, bro. Not only can you control where you are or where you're going, but you also need to appreciate where you are. You know what I mean? You also need to appreciate the shit that the steps that you're going. You know what I mean? I've been caught up in not appreciating as much, and I'm trying to work through that. It's 7 o'clock, and the last thing I do want to say, because I do got to get down there and help out, is it's some people, right, that that pick sides. You know what I mean? They pick sides. I have somebody that I was cool with that picked another side. You know what I mean? And I just I want you to say, I wanted to say, like, stay over there. I want you to stay over there, bro. You're not even a bro, but I just say bro a lot. You know what I mean? Man, woman, fucking dog. Stay over there. Stay over there. Once you decide who you're cool with goes against anything that I got going on, I want you to know, don't come back, bro. Don't come back. When you realize the side that you on ain't winning like you think they are, you know what I mean? When they're winning, when their success level is reversed, like say I did what their success is, and then you and that shit. If I were to do what they're doing by winning, and that shit will make me look like I'm failing, I want you to realize where you went and stay there. Stay there, bro. Because once you don't fuck with me the way that you know what I mean that you used to, bro. I want you to stay, bro. And I really mean that. If we're friends, family, crew members, gang, all that shit, bro. Stay your ass over there. The moment you choose a different side, even briefly, just know there is no coming back to the safe side, bro. I promise you. And you know who I'm talking to. The person that sees this. More than likely this would be a clip. And that's cool. But once you see this, know that I'm talking to your punk ass. Not even punk ass, I take that back. Know I'm talking to you because I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. The only thing I do want you to know is there is no coming back. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't have a lot of friends for that reason because I don't need them. You know what I mean? How about that Nate Diaz dub though all day? I told you Stockton all day. Um yeah, but I want you to hear me out, right? Me as an ally after you leave is over. You know what I mean? Um I can be cordial with you and I want to be cordial with you. I don't hate you as a person. I don't wish you any harm. I don't hate you and I don't dislike you. Just know that we are not cool ever. You know what I mean? Cool as in like you're not squad with me ever. 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 You know what I mean? I will don't ask me for a verse, please. Please don't ask me for advice ever, please. You know what I mean? Struggle on your own. You know what I'm saying? I approach everyone with love, dead ass. All of my friends, anybody that I consider a friend, a homie, an ally, can call me any time of the day and pick my brain and take all of my resources to fish as much as they need. You know what I mean? But once you get on another side that don't fuck with me and you align yourself in any type of way with that, you know what I mean? A motherfucker want to take a shot at me or something. You know what I mean? Want to throw the little pebbles at the crown or some shit. And you sat around that and you can maybe you didn't hype it up, but you did, you drew like you were in the middle and then you didn't lean towards my side a little bit. I want you to stay over there. You know what I mean? I want you to stay over there, bro. Dead ass. Because I don't do the comebacks. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bad baby. You can't you can't come back. Dead ass. That's a no-go. You feel me? And I wanted that to be the last thing I talked about. But Cooper from the no, wrong one. What did I tell you? I said last week, Diaz all day. And I didn't know it was a boxing match. I didn't know it was a boxing match, but I told everybody on live stream. Nate Diaz all day, Stockton all day. I thought it was an MMA match. I said I believe that Masvidal is gonna kick his shin out of the ring or out of the octagon. I believe that Masvidal would kick his kneecap. Nate Diaz's kneecap was gonna go flying into the crowd. That's what I believed. But I didn't know it was a boxing match. If I would have knew that from jump, I would have told everybody Nate Diaz is going to beat him in a boxing match all day. Because, bro, those Diaz brothers come from Stockton. It is a different breed. People be like, man, he got a chin. He could just take all that beating. What? When they get in there and say 209, bitch, Stockton, bitch, and they square up and flip a motherfucker off, that is textbook Stockton fighting. That is literally what happens in Stockton. If you go to Stockton and you want to see motherfuckers catching fades, it is gonna look like a Diaz fight without all the training. It's gonna be a lot of cussing. There's gonna be a lot of flipping off. There's gonna be some spitting. It's gonna be Stockton bitches. Is what's up, bitch? What's up, bitch? What's up, bitch? It's gonna be like that, bro. Think there'll be a part 3? I wouldn't doubt it. If I was Masvidal, I would have signed up for the 3 yesterday. For the simple fact, you're gonna get paid. I don't care who's fighting. If I was fighting Nate Diaz, there will be a big draw. Stockton will support Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz all day. Nick Diaz ain't fought in 80 years, bro. If he decided with a beer gut that he was gonna fight a bum on the south side of Stockton, everybody will tune in because that's just what it is, bro. We fuck with the Diaz's no matter what. Win, lose, or draw. We I don't know if you ever seen Mayhem, right? When they beat up Mayhem, Mayhem winning, it was a fight. I think Nick Diaz got into, or had a match. Mayhem comes in there and from Bully Beatdown, he comes in there trying to call him out, and his ass got jumped. I promise you, if it's in Stockton, right, and somebody runs up on Nick or Nate Diaz with all of the skill that they have, you would have Stockton motherfuckers jumping in trying to fight with them. It's like that, bro. I promise you, it is the best worst place to be. You know what I mean? The greatest taco trucks known to man, the best Mexican food in the country to me. I've been across this motherfucker. I had some good taco or Mexican food. I had some horrible ones. But bro, remind me of the Diaz brothers from Scarface, bro. I gotta watch Scarface again. But I'm telling you, bro, the Diaz brothers they're really Stockton. They are real Stockton like for real. Them motherfuckers will probably be that. I don't want to. I don't want to lie. I would say that they can go anywhere in Stockton. Nah, them motherfuckers get robbed in the wrong spot. But hey, man, for the most part, they can set up shop anywhere. You know what I mean? They're respected all throughout the whole city, and they represent just like the way Stockton is, bro. I promise you, they really have an army behind them. If they wanted to, they can really they can, if they were to hold something at the arena in Stockton, bro, it would be jumping. They got a whole fucking city behind them. The same way they act is the same way the people act. So it would get rowdy. I promise you. But I did want to say another live stream, and we're out of here, man. Thank you guys for coming. Ain't Loud AJ. The Thrash Life orders will be going out really soon. I'm waiting on some shirts to come in on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. So more than likely by Friday, I'll be shipping out. Yeah, my fave next to Holloway and Cain Velasquez. Bro, me too, man. I dead ass. I love watching the Diaz brothers. I really like Nick, man. I don't know. I think my boy got like some mental health issues that he has to figure out because he's really talented, bro. Nick is a monster. I think he just got some, like I said, some mental health issues, bro. I remember I met him one time. I was trying to get him to do I met Nick Diaz in Lodi. I approached him about hosting a mixtape of mine before the Bass Monster mixtape came out. And he was interested, you know what I mean? We exchanged numbers, but I was so drunk. I don't know what the fuck happened to that number. But yeah, man, they cool ass dudes. You know, I hear a lot of people say they're like racist and shit, but hey, man, I get it. Shit. If you I promise you, everybody, I guarantee you they had some issues with some motherfuckers. So if they were racist towards some motherfuckers, I'm pretty sure they got beat up into it. You know what I mean? They got socked around. Probably got jumped into being racist. You know what I mean? All those dumb shots motherfuckers have diamond jaws. Ain't no one dropping them. Yeah, big facts, bro. Big facts. Big facts. Them motherfuckers can take a punch. Them motherfuckers can take a punch. But yeah, man, I'm up out of here, man. I had a great time with y'all, man. I hope you guys did too. I think it's so funny how my views, how the viewership dropped after missing that Friday, bro. It makes me really regret that. But hey, you know what? Like I said before, brick by brick, we will fucking keep building. There is nothing that's gonna stop. Brick by brick, we will build this shit back up to 13 viewers at a time, to 50 fucking viewers at a time, until we get to about 6,000 viewers at a time, bro. It ain't nothing stopping. Ain't nothing slowing down. The only thing that's dropping is the weight that I'm gonna be fucking losing in the future. Because like I said, when I stood right here in this doorway and I was fat as shit earlier, bro, there's gonna be a change. If anybody's gonna do this shit with gonna drop some pounds too, let me know. Maybe we can get together a group something. You know what I mean? I don't know about a group chat. I don't like being on my phone like that, but maybe some like something. I don't know. If you guys are interested in dropping some pounds too, let's figure this out. Maybe there's an app for that. You know what I mean, or something like that, and we can see what it do. You feel me? But yeah, man. Until Friday, peace out to my peoples. It's been a good one. I love y'all to death, and we out of this bitch. Oh yeah, I am doing a I'm down. I just need motivation. Maybe shit. Maybe we can all motivate each other. You feel me? But I'll tap in on Friday. If you haven't yet, go to thrashlifers.com and support the damn brand. Bam. You feel me? Go and support that shit. It's dope clothes, all that shit. But yeah, man, I'm out. Love y'all to death.